You guys ever get that feeling where you really want to make a video but you don't really want to at all to begin with? That's my predicament right now. That's basically how I felt when I was talking about Bella Martinez, but tonight it's something entirely different. Earlier today, I was notified by a friend of mine that he and somebody else had a falling out with each other. And it shocked me when I found out who this person he was having a falling out with was. The person in question that talked to me earlier today was Lionblade97. It just started out as a casual conversation when he, out of the blue, told me about what happened between him and Chattson. Curiosity got the better of me and I asked him what happened. He told me straight out that he and Chattson had a falling out with each other, and it all started with some sort of situation that I still can't rack my head around at all to begin with. Here's Lionblade's side of the story, okay? He was calling Chattson out because of some fake ID incident that took place, as well as the fact that Chattson told him that Lionblade had no friends, and that without Chattson that he wouldn't have had as many Twitch viewers or YouTube subscribers as he's had. And it's gotten to the point where Chattson removed Lionblade off of his Discord. And then, shortly after I was done watching that video, I looked up Chattson's video. And he bounced back, saying, not like in a bad way, but he had his share. He was talking about how, it wasn't Chattson that, did the fake ID crap. It was somebody entirely different. And I think he was saying something about how about the whole fact that he had no friends, and that if it weren't for him, Chattson, Lionblade would have had no Twitch viewers or subscribers. The first thing I was talking about was the first thing in my head, and then Chattson was saying about what other stuff Lionblade said, that Lionblade never said in his video, but I'm guessing he said in the chat room, somehow. And so Lionblade brought that to my attention, and honestly, I gotta admit, I'm shocked. Because there are two people here that I respect. Because they're because in my book, they're two of the more well-respected, respected in their own way, Twitch streamers, in their own, not so well-known Twitch streamers. And to hear this whole story going down, I'm honestly gonna admit, I'm shocked. I'm not happy. I'm pissed. Because, surprisingly, both men are mad at each other, and yet not one of them thought it wasn't a good idea to at least try to have a one-on-one conversation between each other, and try to find some reconciliation, to try to talk things over, and try to get things back together like they used to. But it's resorted to this, where Chattson has decided to remove Lionblade from his Discord, and the fact that Lionblade is practically not talking to Chattson anymore. Now let me tell you something. Here's my thoughts on the situation and what happened. Here are my thoughts. When it comes to what Lionblade said, I honestly, like I said, I could not hear the fact that Chattson told him, and I told this to Lionblade, and I told him straight up that I heard that you was calling him out on. I told him that I heard what he said about him calling out Chattson, and then I watched Chattson's reaction, Chattson's response to what Lionblade said, and and Chattson only brought up about the fake IDs incident that he said was not him, but somebody else entirely. And then he talked. He didn't really talk. He never said anything about the fact that supposedly, at that point, I didn't know about this, but supposedly, Chattson said to him, but he never talked about how Lionblade accused him of saying that he had no friends, and if it weren't for me, you would not have had the Twitch viewers, the YouTube subscribers, etc., etc. And I told Lionblade this, and I also told him straight up how I agree with Chattson. When you call somebody out, telling him what, and he said what Lionblade said, I told him straight out, dude, and I told Lionblade this, and I told Chattson what I told Lionblade, and I told Lionblade straight out that, dude, you don't call out somebody like that. You don't say those things to him, because that's what you acted like a child when you said what you if everything that Chattson said that Lionblade said to him was true, like every little thing. And the first half was okay, I can understand him calling him out like that. But when you say something that involves you saying, "Oh, I'm gonna bring these people with me to deal with you," or some shit like that, that's a child. That is a fucking child. No joke. And I made that blatantly clear as possible that him saying it like that was being a little kid. And that basically ruined any chance that those two probably had a reconciliation. And then Lionblade showed me three photos that basically show Chattson saying that basically, had it not been for me, you wouldn't have had no viewers on Twitch, you wouldn't have had no subscribers on YouTube, you have no friends. And I actually seen these photos, and I literally looked at them just now to make sure they're right. And let me tell you where Chattson's wrong in that regard. He knows as well as I do. Had it not been, well, he knows as well as I do that just like while he's with Chattson, he's made himself a little bit more well known in other Twitch channels as well. He's made himself known in another streamer's Twitch channel. This Twitch streamer will not be named because he's not important to the story. Although Chattson has mentioned him in one of the 3 pictures that I was seeing. But like I said, he has no bearing in this matter whatsoever, so his name will not be revealed. But I was also in this other Twitch streamer's chat when Lionblade was around. And let me tell you something. Brother. If you're going to accuse somebody of having no friends, you better look at me in the eye and tell me that. Because I'm going to tell you straight out, Chattson. First off, Chattson, if you're watching, Chattson, Lionblade, if you're both watching this, I'm going to tell you guys straight out, I'm not taking any sides. I don't know the whole situation, and I would like to hear both sides of the story if you guys would be willing to message me about the whole situation on your own sides of the story, not like in one big group chat, because that's just adding fuel to an already lit fire really, really badly, because then that's just starting a flame war that honestly will probably never end if the way you two are going at each other like this. But I'm telling Chattson straight up, he knows as well as I do that I knew of Lionblade before I watched Chattson tonight, because Lionblade mentioned Chattson in this other Twitch streamer's room, and not only that, but I became friends with Lionblade during the other Twitch streamer's live streams, and we became friends on Facebook. Now let me tell you, so if Chattson's going to say anything like that, he better think again. He better look at me and try to say that to me, or I'll say this whole thing, everything I just mentioned, right to his face. Because honestly, dude, this is ridiculous bullcrap is what it is. Because when Chattson said that, I'm shocked to see these coming off of his keyboard, him typing it, Did you see him commenting like that? That really shocked the crap. That really shocked me to the point to where I'm wondering who is more at fault here. Who is more at fault? Honestly, I know both men are at fault for their own respective reasons. Chattson's at fault for telling Lionblade he had no friends, and that if it weren't for him, he wouldn't have had the success going on. And yeah, Chattson has stuck out his knack for Lionblade in the past, but now it's not going to happen anymore. The way those two are at each other's throats now. But Lionblade is at fault as well. He's not going to be escaping this one either, because he's at fault for calling out Chattson, but yet doing it in the wrongest way possible. He could have done it better if those two could have just talked it over instead of this beef war that's been going on for about a week, for almost a week now. Because honestly, in my book, nothing is good about the internet. If two different people are going off each other over this kind of thing, it's internet beef. It needs to stop. Internet beef in general, not just this thing between these two, but internet beef in general. So here, and I would make a suggestion here, but I'm pretty damn sure neither man would allow it. But here's what I'm thinking. I would like for these two to have a one-on-one conversation when they're both calm enough to do it. Have me involved and have me in the chat room so that way just trying to make sure shit don't go too far, you know what I mean? And at least just try to talk to each other. Try to have some reconciliation. Because honestly, I respect both these two men. I respect Lionblade for the fact that he has a different mindset, but he's still basically like everybody else. He has a different mindset, but he's just like everybody else. He knows he's the type of guy that where even though his head is sometimes in the wrongest place somewhere in his head, he has a good heart. He has a very good heart. Chattson, I've known him through Lionblade because it was because of Lionblade that I knew of Chattson. So Chattson can thank me for that one. Chattson can thank Lionblade for that one because I've given him some memorable moments on his channel. One of which I don't really want to remember at all to begin with. And now that I say that, it's in my head right now. But regardless, I respect both these two men in their own regard. And it pains me to see that these two men who actually respected each other before is going through this ridiculous situation. I don't know who's at fault here, and I don't know what started it, but I will say this. If Chattson should apologize, I know both these two men should apologize to the other. Lionblade should apologize to Chattson for calling him out like that and saying all those ridiculous things, acting like a kid while saying them. Chattson needs to apologize to Lionblade because of the fact that he said, "You have no friends, and if it weren't for me, you'd have had no subscribers on YouTube, no viewers on your Twitch channel." You know as well as I do, Chattson, that's not true. Just like everybody else who's seen your channel, Lionblade became a part of that family of yours. He used to be a part of that family of yours when he closed out your shows all the time. And to see this between the two of you, I'm not going to pick any sides, like I said. But to see you two going off on each other like you're rivals of some sort, like in a WWE ring, that shocks me. It's like seeing a tag team that really respected each other and break up in wrestling. That's how I feel. So because dude, I know these two for a while now. Even though I haven't seen these two live stream at all that much to begin with. I'm just giving you guys my thoughts on it, especially to Lionblade and Chattson. I'm telling you two straight up one more time, straight up. I'm not taking any sides. I don't know the whole side of the story. And if you guys would like to give me both sides of your story in separate messages on Twitter or something, then I would be glad to try to help solve this situation. I really would. I would love to see you two go back together as being friends like the old days, instead of being rivals over something that honestly should not have been beef, that should not have started any beef between the two of you, honestly. But this is my take on it. Lionblade, Chattson, not taking any sides. I think you two should apologize to the other for the reasons that I've mentioned already. Because you both deserve an apology from the other. I'm not gonna lie when I say that. You both deserve an apology right from one to the other. And if you guys have to, just type it at the same time and then bam, there you go. But you both should apologize to each other for your respective things that you've done that honestly should not have, that honestly made the situation go from really bad to practically worse than it could have been, than it ever has been. Because, like I said, I don't want to see you two going off on each other. That breaks my heart, seeing you two people that honestly respected each other like you guys were brothers. And to see you two going off on each other like you're bitter rivals. That breaks my heart. I respect both of you, and I hope you two can somehow find a way of reconciliation. But honestly, in my book, I know that's probably not going to happen. Not today, not tomorrow, probably not even next month. But I'm hoping one of these days you two can sit down, try to have a friendly chat, and at least try to bring some reconciliation with the two of you. This is my take on what's happening between two people, Lionblade97 and Chattson. If you want to see both sides of the story, look up Lionblade97 and look up Chattson. They'll both have they will both have the other person's name in one of their videos on October 14th, 2017. I don't want you guys to take any sides either, okay? I wanted you guys to know what's going on. And what my take on is in this situation. Since you guys don't really know the full story as well as I, don't take any sides just because of the little information that you guys have. Because I'm not turning this situation into where you got people just picking sides based on the little information that they have. That's basically showing bias towards somebody else, towards one or the other. But anyway, guys, that was my take on what's going on between Lionblade and Chattson. I really hope there's a way those two can make some reconciliation with each other. Maybe not at this point. But this is my take on the situation. And until next time, guys, this is Freaking Force 9, signing off.